Hey, what's up, guys? Mr. Freecoiner coming back to you again today. Hope you guys are doing well and taking care of yourselves. So, as we see here, the market has pulled back yet again. We're not anywhere near where we were before, but we have dropped down a little bit. I think Bitcoin had gotten up to about 108,000. It was kind of hanging around there. Ethereum was like 2,500. And, everything else, even XRP came back down. It was in the 120 range, and now we're at 210. And I'm going to tell you right now, even at 210, XRP is an absolute buy. Previously I was like, I don't know if I want to buy it at $2, over $2, but I'll be honest with you, with some of the things that are going on, in the market and whatnot. Please excuse the noise. My AC is about to come on, so it may be a little loud. But considering everything that's been going on in the market, it's seeming more and more like XRP could do something very shocking. I guess we'll have to see, but it's getting really interesting. I'll go over a couple things that I think could affect it. One in particular, but all in all, we will see. We won't be able to avoid it. So as we can see here again, the 1 hour is, we're up, mostly green, not very much, but mostly green, less than 1%. Pretty much everything is less than 1%. Wow. And the 24 hour, not much either. It's also varied. So, this is to be expected before we go off into the stratosphere. But I think what's happening right now, what we're seeing right now, is just more, and I always look at it like this, it's more of the shaking, right? People are getting really tired, really worn out with nothing happening. We got so many different things going on in the news cycles and all of that. It's very discouraging, but all I can tell you guys is just hold on, just hold tight, be resilient, and stay where you are. Just stand, right? Okay, so the number one thing that's hitting, that's been hitting the market and the news and Twitter or X or whatever is this right here. Judge Torres denied the motion between XRP and SEC. Not XRP, but Ripple and the SEC. Okay. So this was very interesting to me because when I first heard about it, it didn't really bother me that much. I was expecting it to her to just kind of go with it, but it makes more sense now to me that she didn't okay it. Number one, there's so much going on. There's so much preparing that I don't think it was a good time for her to do that, because it may have taken away some of the momentum that XRP is currently still gathering, right? We didn't need anything prematurely kind of to spoil this pump that's coming, okay? Now, basically, I know you guys already heard it 100 times, but essentially all she said was, hey, we've put too much time in this. The SEC went through all of this stuff to get something, some type of judgment against Ripple, and now all of a sudden they want to just drop it all. Okay, she's like, no, it's not going to do that. But if they really want to drop it, they can just withdraw their appeals, right? Which is, it's simple enough. And she's really just put it back in their court, and they have to decide when this is going to happen. So we all know that's going to happen. It seems, simplistic enough. It's just a matter of when. And to be honest with you, I don't think this is going to happen until after July 1st, possibly July 4th. And the reason why I say that is because, the market never, I mean, going into a holiday is never a good thing. Never a good thing if you want good news, all of that. I think, and I could be wrong. I mean, this is just my own opinion. And before I even say this, just remember, I am not a financial advisor. I'm simply giving my opinions, and this is all for entertainment purposes only. So yeah, I think if anything is going to happen, if the market, for the market to move anywhere, it's gonna have to be after the 4th of July, because at that point we have until the end of August, beginning of September, to have just a clean slate, no holidays or anything like that. I think it's, what is it, Memorial Day or Labor Day, um, for the market to just kind of run. And it could be, it may not happen until September. I don't know. That's when they're saying these different bills are going to get passed. All of that stuff, and several other things are supposed to happen in September. So it could be then, or that could be a buy the rumors, sell the news type of event. Who knows? But all in all, like I said, I don't believe we're going to see anything before the 4th. All right, let's go ahead and go to this right here. So one of the other things that I'm seeing with that a lot of people are thinking, right, is because of this lower price, which most of us who have been buying XRP for a long time don't think it's a low price, but most because of the the interest in XRP and the different things that are happening, $2 is still very low. Okay, compared to where we're expecting it to go, right? So it could set up a situation where there may be supply shock. It makes sense. I mean, I'm not, extremely well versed on that, but I can see where where this could happen. I'll say, all of the new interest in XRP and just crypto altogether, all the different things that are happening, I think this could mean something very big, especially for XRP, because it's still undervalued, right? It's still very undervalued. And then if Bitcoin does run up to, we'll say 120, 130, up to $150,000, and then ETH gets up to that $15,000 to $20,000 level. I mean, guys, this thing could be far greater than we're really expecting. There's even though there is a lot. Oh yeah, I know what it was. So the SEC, not the SEC, the Fed is expected to lower rates in September. Now, I remember something, and I'm sorry to jump off topic, but I remember something that Blockchain Backer had said. He said that generally cutting is like at the end or towards the end of the bull run. Cutting never initiates the run, right? It's always at the end. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, I believe that's what he said. Yeah, there's going to be easy money, but it doesn't. I mean, there was no like none of that going on when it ran the last time. Started last year. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. These markets are really hard to, nail down. But like I said, that's what I remember him saying. Now, again, as far as this supply shock, it could send the price who knows where. I mean, we've never experienced anything like this. Some people are saying some pretty outlandish things as far as price goes, but with all of the different possibilities and different places that XRP is going to be placed and things it's going to be taking over, possibly like Swift, we could be, we could see something pretty interesting. I'll say this myself, and again, this is my opinion. Don't do anything that I'm saying. I'm not telling you to do anything, but the way I looked at it was, I'm gonna put as much money as I have in XRP into other coins, other things that I feel good about, right? Other projects, and that way, if those run, right, some of these utility tokens, some memes, if those run really nicely, and I get to some of the targets that I'm looking for, it just means that I'll not need to sell as much XRP. I would like to retain at least, I'll say maybe 30% of the tokens that I have, selling the other 70%, right? That way I still have, because it's a lot harder now to get to the levels of XRP, the number of XRP, as we were able to back when it was, half a dollar, right? Much, much more difficult now at $2, unless unless you got it like that. But all in all, that's what I would like to do. Another thing too, I want to remind you guys of: be careful of the scams. There's so many like phishing attempts. I get a lot of phishing attempts all throughout. Like I have a few different email addresses. Man, there's just so many. And then the ones that I have that have been leaked, just have been pulled out of these different hacks and whatnot. Man, I get a lot of them. Be careful. Just be very, very careful. Some of them are super, super convincing, but you got to remember, if you didn't initiate contact with different, with some of these places, even if you have an account there, just ignore it. It's better to ignore it or just go directly to the site to make sure, never click on anything in the email or the text or whatever it might be. So just a reminder. But all in all, guys, we could be setting up for something that has never been seen in the crypto market. I'm really, really hoping that is the case. All right, so going on, Bitcoin XRP Soul Futures launched on Robinhood, which, what does this do? It allows more people to have access to XRP, just to crypto, right? Especially these three, Robinhood is a very well-known platform. A lot of retail they're on the platform. That's just all there is to it. Of course, the more hands that have access to these projects, especially XRP, the more liquidity is going to be pumped into it. So obviously, very, very good things. It says here, new crypto futures are now on Robinhood. Trade micro XRP, Solana, and Bitcoin. Friday futures with lower margin requirements. And Bitcoin Friday futures. Lower margin requirements and seamless execution with our trading ladder. And this was put out earlier today, 9:02 a.m. So yeah, very exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff. Let's go ahead and go on. We got, this here was very interesting because we could be looking at some, at a fuel price crash, right? Gas could be going down to some low levels. Hopefully that is the case. Thankfully, I don't really have to drive very far when I do go out, but I know a lot of you guys out there, you travel for work, for different things, and this will definitely help you guys out, help us all out, right? And then also, this impacts the food industry. So we could see the prices of food going down. Again, very, very exciting. Yeah, just imagine XRP getting to $30, $40. I mean, the whole market just going crazy. We're able, and remember to cash out. Remember to sell your tokens. Don't hang on to them. You want to sell into the pumps. But imagine getting to hitting the marks that you're looking for, and the prices returning to, say, close to 2019 levels. That would be absolutely awesome. And also, you know, obviously the retail, real estate market is having trouble as well, right? Right now, there's so many opportunities that are about to open up, and you know, when you have the funds, it just, you know, you can change your life. So look into all of that, guys. There's so many opportunities that are even open now, but especially after you have the funds. And like I said, don't forget to cash out. All right. Other news. Let's see. We got Elon Musk announcing that Grok 4 will be released after July 4th. Again, I mean, it only makes sense, right? After July 4th, because you don't want to do something before, you know, when people are going into, let's see, when is the 4th? Let's see what day the 4th is on. But yeah, you don't want to go into a holiday releasing. Yeah, the 4th is on a Friday. So that's a long weekend to, it would make no sense at all. Going into the 4th over the weekend, you release something, say on Wednesday, you're just screwing yourself. So after the 4th, absolutely, that I think we should definitely keep our eyes on that time frame. We probably could have another week of quietness. Okay. All right. So one other thing I wanted to bring to you guys, you know, that I do consider health being just as important as wealth, if not more. Because if you have your health and you don't have wealth, at least you have an opportunity. If you don't have your health, I mean, you're pretty much screwed. So one thing, this is something that I take, and another compound that is somewhat similar to this is called NMN. And that's Nancy, Mary, Nancy. Both of these are really good products. Like I said, I've taken NMN, I've taken NAD. In fact, I'm taking NAD right now along with the methylene blue. You know, yes, some people I've told. It's funny. I tell people about these different things that I'm taking, like, you know, the methylene blue. I've been taking that. I take also crealkaline. You know, when for working out and whatnot. And I'm telling you guys, it makes such a huge difference. And I'll go into that in just a second, but I want to finish talking about NAD. NAD, let's go ahead and do this because, and again, NMN is kind of the same thing. It has aging, you know, like prevention, I guess, or slowing effects. Both of them, and NMN. So NAD, you can actually get it on Amazon. You used to be able to get NMN, but the FDA said no, you know, because they wanted the pharmaceutical companies to be able to sell it. Now, you can buy NMN. It's just not on Amazon. If you just look it up, you can find different. There's one place that I was getting it from, or I got it from, is called Force Factor. And I think it's just like forcefactor.com. If you get it, go there. You can order it. It's not very expensive. You know, it's like, I mean, typical like $20, $30. That's kind of expensive, but I mean, like I said, I'm telling you, it freaking works, right? And I'll give you an example here in a second. But as far as NAD, again, it's kind of the same thing. It gives you, you know, it says it may have some certain may slow certain aging effects of aging. Sorry, and you know, appears to improve cognitive function. And I can tell you that I have noticed all of these, especially taking it with methylene blue and some of the other things that I take. Is, like I said, methylene blue. I'm going to go over another product, something else that I take in the next video, but taking NAD with methylene blue and the Crealkaline. I'll show you that I'll show you that in one of the videos, but it works for me. So appears to improve cognitive function, could reduce premature skin aging. I've definitely noticed some very nice changes, because in fact my wife was telling me the other day, she was looking at my face and she was like, "Your skin looks so good. What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, thank you." So yeah, I mean, I've noticed it now. Is it this? I can't say absolutely for sure, but I'm telling you, I was having issues before. In fact, my wife was telling me, "Why does your skin look dry? Why does it look, this and that?" So after I started these regimens, she has now been complimenting me. In fact, I was in a facility, like my dad's in a facility right now getting rehabilitation. This lady walks up to me and she goes, introduces herself. She works there. She goes, she's like, "I just want to tell you, you are an incredibly good-looking man." And I didn't want to laugh or anything, but it was very, very flattering. Got to say, I mean, I used to be a model. I mean, hey, still got it, right? Or kind of, a little bit of it maybe. But anyway, enough about that. Potentially supports metabolic health. And then it goes into how to take NAD. But when you purchase it, obviously, it'll be in a pill form. I think you can get it in powder form. I wouldn't suggest that. But if you buy it, of course, it'll be on the bottle. Maybe be able to up it a little bit, but all in all, definitely good stuff. And I cannot recommend enough the methylene blue. Just check it out. And if some people are more funny about how whether they want to take things like that, but I'm telling you, I was in the gym last week, earlier this week, and normally, like, I'll get on the treadmill, I'll run or walk or whatever, and for whatever reason, like over the last few months, actually since I think maybe since I turned 51 or so, I've had more issues with just being tired, not having energy for some reason, and I don't know exactly, I can't say why, because it just kind of hit me all of a sudden. But when I started taking, like I said, just recently, in fact, that day, I took the methylene blue, and it was just 20 drops in a cup of water, and my other supplements. I'm on the treadmill, and normally I'm like almost out of breath, like I'm having a hard time, right? I'm feeling really tired. Just I'm having to force myself to do these things. With this, I'm on the treadmill. I had it on a incline of 5.5, and at 3.2 miles an hour, I was just walking, and I'm telling you, I was breathing as if I was sitting down, like hardly breathing hard at all. My heart rate was less than 130. It was like it would kind of sometimes spike up to like 129, maybe 130, and then come back down to like between 125 and 130. It's so strikingly different, because before, if I had that going, I mean, my heart rate would be like almost 140. So for me, it definitely worked very, very well. So, again, definitely take time out to make sure your health is on par. Don't forget that. Eat right. And it's very easy to eat right. You can still have things that you like, but you have to kind of ration that. Don't have that every day. Don't have fried foods every day. Don't have burgers or whatever. Just eat. If you're gonna have, like, say, chicken or something like that, do baked chicken. And try not to. If you're gonna have bread, get the bread with the sprouted. I think like the sprouted grains or whatever in it. or just, do like a slice of bread. This is just what I do. Have some fruit. I usually, a lot of times I'll have like a steak with just avocado, a little salt and pepper, uh, maybe some dressing or something like that. Just a little bit, like more of a balsamic dressing or something that's more vinegar based. So yeah, just you can get creative. Just be aware of your health because you're gonna need that. I mean, you're gonna need it. So anyway, I hope this video was definitely educational or helpful in any type of way. You guys can leave your comments down below, and just let me know what you think. Okay, and if you're new to my channel, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, if I can talk here, and the like button as well as the post notification button, so you know when I've posted again. Again, thank you guys so much. Until next time, this has been Mr. Free Coiner. Take care of yourselves, and God bless.